Hey, Gloria McDonald here, and welcome to this Monday episode of the Daily Dose of Awesome. Today, we're going to be talking about recruiting. And very specifically, I'm going to share with you my two-step simple process so that you can recruit more team members into your opportunity and probably even more importantly, keep more team members actively building their businesses. And I'm going to share with you how to avoid some of the pitfalls and mistakes I see so many people making. And quite frankly, this is an area where people screw up and struggle to get results. So as you're about to see, using my two-step, super simple and highly effective formula, you'll be able to close more people into your opportunity and keep them building their businesses. So let's see who's here today. Hey, Sally, how are you, Sally? So great to see you. Let me see who's here and where you're coming in from. Let me know who's hopping on here. And as you hop on, I want to know if you have ever struggled getting results in your business, especially struggling getting, recruiting people. Noella, great to see you. Tomas, Chuck, hey, Chuck, so great to see you. Okay, let me know if you have ever struggled recruiting people. Give me a 1 if you've ever struggled recruiting people into your business. And also let me know if you have recruited people into your business, but then, they failed at ever even launch, or they start, but then they fizzle out and they're nowhere to be found. Give me a 1 if you struggle at all in either of those two areas. Yes, totally. Sally says she struggled. Amber, 1, yes. Okay, Dawn. Hey, Dawn, so great to see you here. So, Eric, so good to see you. 1, Pamela, yes, absolutely. Michael, hey. Michael from Ukaipa. I learned how to say Ukaipa when I was at the No Excuses Summit with Michael. I got that right, didn't I, Michael? Dawn struggles. Yes, Chuck. Okay. Noella struggling. Guys, this is so common. So today I am going to share with you my simple two-step process, and frankly, you might not like it because it's so simple, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. So I have a mentor, Keith Cunningham, and Keith used to always say that if he was going to write a book on weight loss, it would be very simple. It would be eat less, exercise more, the end. So, are you ready for my two-step simple process when it comes to recruiting and very specifically closing? So you've got a prospect and you're talking to them about your opportunity. And this is all about how you have that conversation about your opportunity and how you actually close them. Hey, Brian, great to see you here from SoCal. Yep, so great to see you. It was great to see you at No Excuses Summit, Brian. So, give me a 3 in the comments if you're ready for my two-step, incredibly simple, outrageously effective process. Hey, Jenny, so good to see you. Hey, Angel Ray, great to see you guys here. So I want to see some 3s if you want this. Maybe you don't want it, and that's fine too. Hey, Lindsay, good to see you from Texas. So here's my two-step simple process. And again, I warn you, you might not like it, but it is talk less, listen more, the end. That's it. Talk less, listen more, the end. Now, obviously, I'm not going to just leave you there. Yes, okay, Michael, bring it on. Love it, Brian, 3. So here's the thing. I talk a lot about the human brain, understanding how it works and understanding human psychology. And there's a reason why I talk a lot about it. It's because it is so incredibly important. And the more you understand about it, the more successful you will be. It's just a fact of life, because in business, we're dealing with, surprise, human beings. Your prospects are all human beings. So, hey, John, so good to see you here. Yes, Michael, it truly is that easy. Talk less, listen more. The end. So here's the thing. I want to read you this quote. This quote is from Neuroscience News from September 2017. Here's the quote. Often when we make a decision, we calculate its expected value by multiplying the value of something, how much we want or need it, with the probability we might be able to obtain it. I'll read that one more time. Often when we make a decision, we calculate its expected value by multiplying the value of something, how much we want or need it, with the probability we might be able to obtain it. So let's talk about your business and what this means. So again, value equals want or need times probability you'll be able to get it. So I'll use a very simple example. Let's say I am dying of thirst. I'm absolutely dying of thirst. And Eric has a bottle of water that he's selling. And Eric is selling the bottle of water for $2. And I see the bottle of water, it's right there. So my want or need is high. I'm very thirsty. The probability that I'm going to get that bottle of water if I give Eric $2 is a 10 out of 10, right? The water bottles are right there. He's got a store going on. He's selling water. It's a 10, right? I want it at a level of 9, 10. I see the probability that I can get it. If I give Eric $2, it's worth it to me. So I hand Eric the $2. He gives me the bottle of water. Done. There is value because I want it or need it, and I have 100% probability that with $2, I'll get it. Now, here's another version of that. Let's say I'm very thirsty. I'm extremely thirsty, and Eric is selling bottles of water. Well, let's change that. Let's say Alan Wheeler. Hey, Alan, good to see you. Let's say Alan is selling bottles of water, and I can see Alan's got a store right there. He's got all the bottles of water there. But Alan is selling his bottles of water for $20. Okay, the probability is a 10 that I will get the water if I pay $20 for it. But is my want or need at the level of spending $20? Not so much. Sorry, Alan. So, your prospect, when you're having a conversation with your prospect to recruit them into your business, you have to determine their want or need and what is their belief around their probability that they'll be able to get what they want. So here we go. So you need to ask questions and listen. Listen. This is where you talk less and listen more. The end. Okay? So you ask your prospect questions. And I talked about this quite a while ago on another Daily Dose of Awesome. I gave you the entire script that I use from my Mastering Conversations to Close. So you ask your prospect questions and you find out on a scale of 1 to 10, how high is their need, their want or need? First of all, you identify their wants or needs by asking them questions, where is it you'd love to be in your network marketing business? Or what would you love to create in your life? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy and satisfied are you with where you're at financially? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy and satisfied are you with your time freedom? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, how happy and satisfied are you with the home you're living in? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy and satisfied are you with the job you're in if you know they're working? So you ask questions and you listen. But here is the big, big, big key. You listen with your heart, not with your ears. You listen with your heart. And you really pay attention to your prospect and what their heart is saying. Words are one thing. People will say some things with their words, but they will really say other things with their heart. And when you are listening with your heart and you hear what their heart is saying, it will make all the difference in the world. So give me a 4 if this is making some sense to you and if you haven't necessarily thought about it this way before. Give me some 4s there so I know this makes sense. And thanks for all the likes and loves, guys. Alicia, great to see you here. So when you're speaking to your prospect, you want to be asking them some questions. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Danielle, how are you? Great to see you. 4, Lindsay, 4. Great, great, great. Okay, so you want to be asking your prospects questions about, how happy and satisfied they are in their life right now. Then you ask them about what it is they'd really love to create in their life. How much money would they love to be making? Where would they love to travel? And then you find out how important that is to them. How high is their want or need? So you reiterate back to them. So, Jenny, you told me that you really want to be able to travel 3 or 4 times a year with your amazing husband, Jody. And Jenny, you told me you want to have the freedom to work where you want, when you want. And Jenny, you told me that you want to be able to save money so that you can do whatever you want to do. Be able to take care of your parents as they age and retire, whatever it is for you. And then you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this to you? They need to tell you how important their wants or desires. You reiterate back to them their dreams. And then you say, Jenny, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you to get to the financial freedom you want, to get to the time freedom you want? How important is that to you on a scale of 1 to 10? So you've listened, you've let your prospect know that you've listened because you've repeated back to them what their heart has said to you. Yes, I know you do, Jenny. Okay, so you've listened with your heart and you've repeated back to them what they want. And then it is your job to let them know that you are the one that's going to take them by the hand, that you're the one that's going to be able to get them from where they are right now over that gap to where they really, really, really want to be. So what happens so often, I see it all the time with network marketers, they don't really dig in with their heart and they don't dig deep into their prospect's heart to find out what their prospects' wants or needs are. Like, do you really understand right now, if you have team members right now, have you gone through an exercise like this with each and every one of your team members? And do you know what it is your team members want? Do they want to be able to send their kids to college? Do they want to be able to retire their husband or their wife? Do they want more time to travel? Do they want to be able to pay off, tens of thousands of dollars of credit card debt? Do they want to be able to buy a vacation home down south somewhere? What is it that they want? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are each of those different wants to them? Because, somebody might have a burning desire to be able to send their kids to college or university. And they might really want a vacation home, but the ability to send their kids to college might be a 10, and their desire to have a vacation home might be a 6, 7 in the larger scheme of life. So you need to know that. And when you know that about your teammates that you already have in your business, and you are able to keep going back to them and reminding them, don't forget, Jenny, you told me that your desire to have financial freedom and be able to work when you want, where you want, and to be able to retire Jody from his job, you told me that was a 10. So Jenny, stick with this, because if you stick with this, I'm going to be there. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be like your GPS. I'm going to show you, turn right, go straight for 2 blocks, turn left, go down the hill, around the bend to the left, turn right, stay straight. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be your GPS. So you need to let your prospects know that you're the one that's going to help them. Yeah, I do need more books on my stack back there, right, Michael? So when you do this, when you listen with your heart to your prospects, and you can let your prospects know that you've heard their wants and needs, and you know that on a scale of 1 to 10, their want or their need is a 10. You might have a prospect that has an aging parent that has no money. And maybe your prospect doesn't have a lot of money, and they need to be able to take care of that aging parent. They have a huge need to be able to put that parent in a home or something, where maybe a nursing home or something, where they'll get the very best care, but they don't have the money. But that need is a 10. So once you know what their needs are, you need to be able to then let them know that you're the one, that they have a 9 or 10 in terms of a probability of getting where they want to go with your help. So I'll give you an example of a conversation I had today with a woman. This woman found me online somehow or other, and she booked a call with me. So I went through my conversation. I found out what her wants and needs were. And here's the thing. She didn't need more money. She would like to have more money because she wanted to travel. She wanted to be able to take a cruise 4 or 5 times a year. She wanted to be able to help her grown grandkids. She wanted to be able to give back. She wanted to be able to give to a couple charities, non-for-profits, be able to give some money. And those were her wants and needs. And she also wanted to be able to help people. That was the biggest thing for her. She really wanted to be able to help people. But it wasn't on a scale of 1 to 10, it was not an absolute 10, 10, 10 burning desire. And then she had this other thing going on in her head, because I had this conversation with her and I listened with my heart. And she had been through a bunch of different network marketing companies and she'd never had the success. And she just recently, a month ago, started a network marketing company and she wasn't having the success. And this was a woman who was in her mid-70s. And she really believed that she was not going to be able to have success because of technology. She knew that I was all about LinkedIn and that I was going to help her and train her with LinkedIn. But her need was not a 10 or a 9 or a 10. And her belief that anybody could help her get there was not a 9 or 10 either. So I knew as I was listening with my heart that she truly was probably not the right prospect for me and my training. And that's okay. So when you're really listening with your heart, what you want to do is help your prospect, even if they're not going to join you and your team, you want to help them get absolute clarity so that they know what their next step is. And in this case, I knew that this woman was not, even before I told her about it, I knew that the chances of her spending $2,500 with me in my training program was extremely, extremely slim, because her need and her want wasn't super high, and her belief that she could actually get there, that anybody could help her get there, was not very high either. So frankly, I didn't want her to spend $2,500 with me, because I honestly didn't believe that she was going to get where she wanted to go with that program. I felt that she needed even more hand-holding because of her technical, where she was at technically, her abilities to use a computer. She said she really wasn't good with computers at all. And even though LinkedIn is super simple, it was like, she's going to need more. And I knew her needs and her wants weren't high enough for her to spend even more money to get one-on-one mentoring with me. That's okay. And when you're listening with your heart and you're being really honest, I told her that I had, a $47 program and a $297 program. But I said to her, I don't want to sell those to you. I could, but, unless you're really good with computers and you're really good with going through a self-guided program, it's not going to get you where you want to go. So I didn't even try to sell her on my lower price programs because ethically and honestly, I knew in my heart of hearts, they weren't going to be what she needed. And that's okay. When you're listening with your heart, then you'll know who are the people that are really right to join you and your team, and you'll know who are the people that aren't. And feel free, you should be able to just let go and bless the people that aren't right to join you and your team. And also know, when you're really listening to your heart, with your heart, sometimes you have to take a really rock solid stand for your prospect. And when their fears are getting in the way, you need to take a stand for them and say, look, you told me that your need to help, your child or help your aging parent or retire your spouse or whatever, your need is a 10. And I can tell you that I'm an absolute 10. I know I can get you there. And when you can get them to a 9 or 10 on their need or their want and a 9 or 10 on their belief in you and your ability to hold their hand and be their GPS that's going to get you from where they are right now over that gap to where they want to be, that's when you close more sales. So when you talk less and listen with your heart and really connect in with your prospect and where they are, you will be able to close far more people into your opportunity. Hey, all you guys. Hey, Jan, so great to see you here. Thanks, Jan. Hey, Flavia. Let's see. Alicia, great to see you. Wow moment. Good. Well, I don't know what your wow moment was, but I'm glad you got it, Alicia. Michael, yes, it's all about bridging the gap. Hey, you guys, thanks so much for the likes and loves. Yes, sort out your own benefits and theirs. I agree with you, Michael. And it's truly not about your particular opportunity. It's not about your compensation plan. It is not about how fabulous your company's products are. And I see way, way, way too many people having diarrhea mouth about how amazing their products are and how they have some incredible secret ABC, XYZ ingredient in them and how amazing the comp plan is. People don't care about that. What they care is that you will be able, that you are the person who can get them to their wants or needs. So again, they need to see value in joining you. So value equals their want or need times the probability that you'll be able to get them there. And this is the key. So I hope you guys all found that helpful. Yes, leading with your heart and really listening with your heart and backing it up with skill. Absolutely, Jan. Thanks so much, guys. Have an amazing week. Fantastic Monday, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.